Okay, we're here on our kitchen edition, and this is day 6. We finished everything and ready for drywall yesterday, day 5. We actually finished half a day, so we have 4.5 days in. So I had today and tomorrow as no work days because I needed inspection. So I needed the city inspections, which are plumbing, mechanical, gas, framing, all those things, and then the state inspection from the electrical. And the electrical you have to allow for 2 days. They normally will get there the first day, but they have till the end of the second day to get in. Well, the city inspection is done. We passed with flying colors, no corrections. The electrical was also passed with no issues. So we're actually ready to cover. My drywaller now will take over and do the rest of the, finish up with the drywall, and then my painter will come in and do the painting. So I've got a week where we won't be doing any finish or any further work other than letting the drywaller and painter do their job. And once that is done, then we'll come back in and first install the cabinets, and then we'll put in the hardwood, and then we'll do the trim. Of course, in that process, after we install the cabinets, we'll call the granite company in, and they will do the templating, then come do the install, and of course the electrician will be in to do their trim, and the plumbers will be in to do their trim. So there'll be a busyness. So we started the job on July 5th, and the scheduled date for finish is August 2nd. We did run into one problem. The concrete slab has a heave in it, and that heave is 3/16 of an inch in a high point right through, and the floating floor we're putting in allows up to 1/8 of an inch over 8 feet. So we're going to have to grind that down, and so the day that we come back, where we were going to start by installing cabinets, that day I've moved to the grinding day, because we're going to have to do some more tenting and set up fans, or we're going to run water in here to do the grinding. It's going to be an all-day job for 2 guys, and to get that down. So we'll do that and get cleaned up, and then we'll go to cabinets. So that's going to add a day to our schedule. So we're going to be August 3rd before we have the final inspection and do the final clean and turn it over to the owners. So what we did was, this wall here, we removed all the drywall, floor to ceiling, and we put in the plumbing for the sink. There is no dishwasher. We'll be using a Studer vent, because to vent up through the roof would have been a lot more work upstairs, and there's all living space upstairs. So we'll be using a Studer vent there. We ran the hot and cold down for the sink. This is where the microwave hood is going. I like to put those vents in the wall so that when we mount the cabinets, after we mount the cabinets, then we'll cut through the cabinet, the drywall, and the metal all at the same time, and then put our boot in, and that will be right behind the microwave. And so this runs in the wall, so the cabinet goes over it, and so you don't eat up the inside of your cabinet. It's a little more work, but it really makes for a nicer finish. Now, the way the cabinets are going, we have crown and trim, so we have a space above the upper cabinet, so we were able to notch out and get in a clean bay to switch over to 6-inch round and vent that out, screened and with a flapper out the side. So that's all done, and again, that's all been inspected and signed off. We also have a small island going in here. It's a dry island, so we don't have any plumbing, but we did want to have electrical. So we cut the slab and put in conduit and ran our electrical here, which will bring up, and we don't have any walls going here. We're going to actually do that inside the back end of the finished cabinets. And so what we did to cut this slot was we just used a skill saw with a diamond blade, added some water to it and cut through it, and then just kind of used a small Bosch rotohammer to knock it up and then get the conduit in. The conduit is going to be completely under the slab with 4 inches of cover, which is what code requires, and we've already been signed off on that. We also added a gas line back from the furnace room. We were able to tap in and use 3/4 inch flex, run that over, and then run down the gas line for the range. We also continued on, so it's teed up there. We continued on and went through an interior soffit in the house, and took another tap in the other side of the family room for a future gas fireplace. So we got that all set up. One other thing, I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but one other thing I always do, whether it's remodeling or new construction, after we open the walls up and get the demo done, before we do any electrical, plumbing, mechanical, is I take a Sharpie and lay out the cabinets, each and every cabinet, exactly where they go, and label them, and then do another line with the uppers that are above laid out on the floor, and then I put lines on the wall where the bottom of those uppers are, so that every mechanic, the electrician, the plumber, HVAC, they can come in and place everything specifically right where it goes. And also it gives us a chance to verify that if we need any blocking or backing or anything, that we get that in as well. It only takes about 15-20 minutes, depends on the size of the kitchen, to lay it out. But I will say that of the 200 plus houses that I've built, this has been one of the best things that I came up with to save having problems in the future. It's very easy to just do tick marks and say the cabinets are about here, and then have the plumbing just on the edge where two cabinets come together, and then you have to do some notching, or you have to cut drywall and move it. And so just to take a few minutes to lay it out, it also helps you wrap your mind around the cabinet install, and you can confirm that you have the right panels, the right boxes, all of that kind of thing ordered, and that it's going to fit as you had planned. When we started the job, as I do on all of my jobs, the area that I'm working, we put up a dust wall. What I use is a little thicker plastic. I use 4 mil because I can really stretch it, and you don't have to tape it. It's pulled tight just using the fast cap poles, and so I pull it tight side to side as well as up and down, and so you get a really nice tight dust wall that works for you. So the other thing we did, the kitchen goes here, the galley kitchen with the island goes here. We also added some framing rather than the stairs just coming down and ending in here. We wanted to separate the space. So we added framing down this wall and then across here. And we're gonna put in an exterior grade door with weather sealing and all for sound. It's gonna be a full light door with a lock on it. And that required us to, because we're putting this and creating space on this side, which is 2 bedrooms, a bath, and a kitchen, and the living room, we needed the door into the main bedroom could no longer be on that side, because this will be the separation point. So we sealed in, we removed the door from there. Unfortunately, the swing is opposite, so we did have to order a new door. We couldn't use that door. The swing would have been the wrong way. But we framed for a new door here. And you can see that the owners are living here while we're doing this, and so they needed that bedroom and the bathroom and the other bedroom down here. So by placing the dust barrier door there, it kept their room clean. And we do have to work in there a little bit because we had to move electrical in there, and of course we'll be drywalling where we took the door out. But still, they can come and go with those. I love those magnetic dust doors. I have 3 of them, and I'm thinking about getting a couple more. I also took another dust door and we created a dust separation from the downstairs to the upstairs, again to keep dust from going up. We had to, because that's an open stairwell, we had to put a 4 mil visqueen lid on it, and there's not a great system for that. You can see we took some 2x6 and kind of wrapped it in carpet and kind of wedged the door in. That's one item that I'm going to put a little thought into about a design for one of these fast cap magnetic dust doors with a kit that'll fit in stairwells, and then some kind of top grid, all with just compression fit, so that it won't damage the drywall, that we can then drape the visqueen on much the way we do on the dust walls. So anyway, that's an idea I'm going to work on, and then turn it over to FastCap and see if they're interested in making it available. I've had this situation many times, so this is not unique. Having to seal the stairway up will oftentimes be some situation like this, and we spend far more time doing this than we would if we had a nice system ready to pull out of the bag and just put it in place and wrap the plastic on again like we do on the dust wall. It's a little dark back in the mechanical room, but in this room, this is right off of where the kitchen is, just in front of me here. And so we needed to get power down here, and the panel is up in the garage to that side on the far side of the house. We could have pulled our circuits from there, but we would have pretty much filled up the box, and it would have been trouble for future expansion. So we decided, instead of doing that, we brought one circuit and dropped in a 100 amp sub panel. And there's plenty of space here, so in the future, if they want to add anything down here or even up, they've got plenty of space in this panel, and then we also left some space in the other panel. And so I was just thinking ahead. It was really not very much more expensive to go this route. By the time we'd have pulled all of our circuits from up there down to here, to just pull the one wire to do this. So it ended up being a little bit more material, but it was less in labor, so it was pretty close to a wash. The other thing we did was the gas line comes in here, feeds the furnace and the hot water tank, and it was from there. There was a 90 where we shut the system down, took it apart, put a T on, and we were able to come off of that. And we used flex, because flex is a little more expensive, but because of where we were having to fit it in and to reduce the amount of drywall we're going to cut out, it made a lot more sense to spend a little bit more money on the material, but have a lot less in drywall repair and labor for putting in iron pipe. We've also done a little bit of work upstairs, which I'm not going to go to. The family's here and I don't want to interrupt, but we put in converted a closet with double ball catch doors for a Murphy bed. And so we'll be finishing that up. We've already got the door in, but there's some drywall patching to be done before we can trim it out. But that will be upstairs, and we'll do that when we come back for the finish. So that's where we're at. The next video I do, I'll show the drywall and the paint all done, and try to shoot a little more video of us actually doing the work. So when we're putting in the cabinets, I'll get a little bit of video on that, as well as putting in the hardwood and then the granite and trimming out, and then show the final product so you can see even with a family living here, it's very easy if you take a few precautions. You have a good vacuum system, use dust walls, and use access points to keep you from going through their main part of the house, which is what we did here. Came in the back door, we put a new lock on the back door, and so we had a key to come and go and not have to go through the main part of the house. And again, keeping it clean, radios, either none at all or very low volume. We don't want to, impose. And even they're here today and I'm shooting this video. It's a good relationship, good communication, telling them everything that's going on. If we've run into problems, we'll let them know right away and how we're going to deal with them. So just, again, working in a finished house with people living there, it can be very enjoyable, and it can be, a good career. So we'll see you on the next video, where we will start putting this place back together and see how it turns out. If you like these videos, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and most important, remember to share it with others. And also, if you want a set of my workbench plans, which you will see me use on this job in the when we start doing the hardwood and the finish, you can click on the link right here in the video. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.